Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bogey Ball Society. We got a little bit of a different episode for you tonight. We're going to kind of do a little bit of an update on Matt, Matt's fitness journey. Can we talk about that for a few minutes? And then we're going to kind of,
Yeah.
hey, we get to, yeah, and then we'll kind of pull some thread on, we'll pull the thread on some other things that are out there, maybe for fellow middle-aged dads. But yeah, I'm going to let you talk here, but for our listeners, I want you to understand that for the past 2 months, and you'll fill in the blanks here, Matt's been pursuing fit for golf workouts. Occasionally among our group, we are sending each other like a swing video or some sort of capture of club in hand, something where we're sending a picture of ourselves to the rest of the crew here. Without fail, Matt is once a week getting some sort of comment like, "Where'd the rest of you go? Who is that guy in Matt's clothes?" That kind of stuff. So your progress is noticeable, and you're to be commended for that. But tell us what you've been doing, how long you've been doing it.
Commended is nice of you. It helps when you start big. I feel like any weight loss is noticeable. Yeah. So ultimately for me, I feel like exercise has always been something that I've had a love-hate relationship with, and it's usually hate that wins. Usually it's like, I'm tired, I don't want to. But also, when you're 100 pounds overweight, it's really hard to find that motivation of like, I'm going to get up early and lug my body around.
Well, let's clarify that. You once were that, but I mean, when you started Fit for Golf, you weren't 100 pounds overweight.
Oh no, for sure. But ultimately
Sure.
for me, it was losing weight helped a ton because I started to look at myself
Sure.
and go, if I just toned up a little bit or just added some muscle, I bet that would improve my quality of life a lot. Because it does feel great to lose weight. I mean, 100%. But what was surprising to me was the very first workout where I had to do push-ups, and I've avoided push-ups my whole life. I mean, I hate them. You might as well tell me to go run a mile. Like they're my two least favorite things.
Yeah.
And I could do quite a few more than I was anticipating. I really was sort of looking at it like, I'm going to be able to do 3, and then I'm going to be embarrassed, and I'm going to want to stop. And I got to like 8 and was like, oh, hey, look at that. It's actually easier when you're not pushing up much more weight. It actually does track. So that was a big part of it.
But what is it you've been doing? You started Fit for Golf, right?
Yeah. So about 2 months ago, I started the Foundation's Fit for Golf, that's just one of the programs that they have. Basically, what I love about it is you take a little test at the beginning of like, what do you have at home? What do you want to accomplish? How much exercise are you used to doing? And all of those were like, I don't have a lot of stuff at home. I don't have a lot of history exercising, and I'd like to do it at home if at all possible. And so the first routines were, I called them old men workouts because they were really gentle, like, do a few jumping jacks. I mean, that's what it felt like. It felt almost comically basic. But by the end of the workout, I was gassed. They were not particularly easy. They were actually designed for me, which was really great. And so to be able to see the progress of like, oh, I actually am lifting more weight. I started really gently because I have a tendency to overdo it at the beginning to prove to somebody that I'm a big, strong man, and then hurt myself, and then can't work out for 6 weeks.
Great way to make sure,
regardless of whether.
Great way to make sure you don't stick with it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of it has just been like, okay, how can I slowly build? How can I, do the things that I want to? I did lose 2 weeks, which I was super bummed about, but I got sick and I couldn't believe how little energy I had. But I'm back at it, and it's just for me, it's a surprising thing that I enjoy waking up early. For a long time, I remember reading about Mark Wahlberg getting up at 4 a.m. to get his workout in before his kids woke up, and I remember thinking, that's insanity. What are you talking about, 4 a.m? And now I'm like, 5 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, all right, I got an hour before the kids get up because that's really the only time that I can do it. And they're not long workouts, they're not huge workouts, but they are making a difference, and it's really. I mean, again, I think consistency is the key. But the flexibility stuff from Fit for Golf, everything is, you know,
Yep.
stretching your hips and adding mobility to knees and hips and ankles and all these things that I never ever would have thought about ever. And walking 18 has actually gotten easier, and uh, it's probably a combination of not having as much weight to carry around, but also I'm getting stronger. Like I can
Sure.
actually feel muscle, like, oh, look at that. Like I've got
Yeah.
some muscles. That's exciting. That's exciting. I mean,
Uh,
they're not showing. I've still got
But
plenty
they're
of
in there.
chub
Yeah.
to get rid of, um but it is really encouraging and very exciting, and yeah, and obviously it's I have gotten a couple comments like, "Whoa, you've lost weight since blank or since, this," and
Yep.
and
Yep.
I can't even see that anymore. Like I'm at the point where I'm just trying to get a little bit stronger. But it is cool that there are, I mean, my sister the other day sent me a thing and she was like, you look great. Like, holy smokes. Like whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So that's that kind of that little key, that little piece that when you're not doing something and you don't feel great and you think you don't look great, you never hear somebody never really comes up to you and says, wow, you look really great. Um, and
Yeah. Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's very encouraging. Obviously there's still a ton for me to do and as far as like a journey goes, but, um,
Well, let's
yeah,
talk
it's,
about that though, because when we had Chris Finn on from Par for Success, he made a comment that I
yeah,
thought was hilarious. He said, "You guys juxtaposition yourself so well, right?
that was
And
great. Yeah.
you're shrinking the juxtaposition. You're getting closer." But I did want to talk about like because my own fitness journey. I'm going to get a little deep and heavy on folks for a second because I think I've kind of gotten the reputation on this podcast as like the meathead who's just trying to hit the ball as far as I possibly can, and
Yep.
that's part of
Mhm.
it. But I've got kids. I have a grandson now, and the heavy part here. There's an intense history of cancer in my family.
Yeah.
All my grandparents, my father, my little sister, all passed from some sort of cancer. And I
Wow.
remember what my little sister, when she was getting married, my father had already passed, and he passed at 60, which is, young. It's too early to go. And I
Yep.
just remember thinking, I'm not going to not be there when my daughter is, I'm going to walk her down the aisle.
Yep.
So as much as it's about hitting the ball as far as I possibly can, it's also about being like a vibrant, vital, active 80-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The one thing that comes to mind though these days, and I am, middle aged and I'm approaching 50 and that kind of thing. You do start to look for what else is out there. What are the things that I can pull a thread on
Mhm.
to maybe get that little bit more of an edge, a little bit more strength, a little bit more, and really now a little bit more help in recovering from that last workout or from that last round of golf and being able to get, and still improve, still strive, keep at it.
Yeah.
Um, that's why Defend, our guest on this podcast, came on our radar. Defend. So I'm a veteran too. We've established that on here. Defend's got a bit of that background, and we talk about that with our guest Jeff Herdman, one of the founders. But they're also looking to get in the golf space, and they've got a lot of tools or levers that you could potentially pull on to try to get that
Yeah.
little bit more.
Well, we talked a bunch. I mean, my legs cramp like nobody's business. I know that there are things, outside of having a banana in my bag at all times, or electrolytes or
Yeah.
whatever, that there are things that I haven't even explored. And when I heard that they had, a line of compression wear or a line of like
Yep.
things that actually are designed to, I didn't even know that I genuinely was like, wait, there's things that you can
Yeah.
wear that will help you not have cramps? Because why don't I have those? Like that's insane. um,
To include sleepwear, which sounds crazy, but we talked to him about that. We'll let the listeners listen and
yeah.
wait for that part of the conversation. But
Yeah.
sleepwear, you and I were skeptics,
That's
right?
legitimately my favorite part. It's my favorite part of the conversation because I,
We were
yeah.
skeptics.
Well,
Yeah.
also it's
All right.
sleepwear. Like how
Yeah.
isn't sleeping the recovery? Like that's
Right.
genuinely where I was coming from. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, folks, enjoy this one. Jeff Herdman of Defend. I listened to this one. There's a lot to come out of this. It was a good time. Thanks
Yep.
for listening, everybody. We'll see you on the other
Awesome.
side of this. Jeff, I suppose the best way to start is to get a bit of a history of Defend, right? Because I mean, the genesis of your company is support to our troops, right? To military and training. Is that right? I mean, how did defense? First of all, I mean, if you would introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us
Yeah.
how did Defend get started?
Yeah. So my name is Jeff Herdman. I'm one of the co-founders of DFND. It started, we actually just finished our 11th year. So we've been in business literally 11 years this month.
Oh wow.
It started, my business partner and I were actually running a company called 2XU, which specializes in compression. While we
Okay.
were there, we built up a division for them, which focused on the US military and professional and collegiate teams. And the company at the time was sold a couple different times, so we left there, continued our mission with supporting the US troops. So our US military right now, over it's close to 35% today is undeployable because of musculoskeletal injuries. So
What?
same thing you would get playing golf, same thing you would get running a marathon. It's literally muscle strains, back strains, and so our military is depleted. So we saw a
Whoa.
need. They were training with inadequate
Yeah.
clothing, let's call it. Literally, they were training with clothing. They were training with cotton t-shirts and
Yep.
shorts.
Yep.
And our
Basic
first
issue stuff, right?
exactly our first big account was Bud Schoolhouse. So
Okay.
down in Coronado. So we literally were off and running. They tested our compression for 6 months and saw that they reduced they were losing almost 50% of their students for every class because of the musculoskeletal injuries, because of chafing, like things you probably wouldn't even think
Wow.
about. So when they used our compression in one class, they graduated almost 90% of the students. And we've been off and running since. So they've been using our gear is issued on base there and through Bud Schoolhouse for the last 11 years. And it's done miracles for them. And then we've expanded. We work with all different divisions of the military with AFSOC, MARSOC, 75th Ranger Regiment, the FBI. When you go through Quantico training, they're issued Defend. And in addition to the military, we actually sell to over like 100 Division One sports teams. We're used by the NFL, the
Wow.
NBA, Major League Baseball, and our new entree is into golf. We get a lot of direct
Excellent.
to consumer business with golfers. It's literally made. Our target consumer is us. It's that 35 to 65, 70-year old who still trains like they're 25. They'll do
Yeah.
anything to wake up the next day to feel better. So it fits right in that wheelhouse.
As Hayes grabs his pre-workout. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, it's just
exactly.
funny. Like it's become my routine now. I do a podcast and then I go to my garage gym and I start blasting away at golf balls. So,
Seriously.
yeah,
It's great.
yeah. But so help us for the layman. What is defend compression? What is that actually offering an athlete that the standard cotton T-shirt is not going to cut? Because I mean, so as a and I say that like I've spent some time overseas. As I'm a veteran. I'm not in the units that you're referring to, but I mean, it's clear to me that like a cotton T-shirt wasn't terribly comfortable in Baghdad versus some of the kind of stuff that you're talking about, right? But it's far more than comfort from a performance perspective. What is compression doing for someone?
No, it's a great question. So, a couple things. One is first, in order for us to get government contracts, we make everything in the USA. And
Mhm.
being in the military, you probably are
Oh,
familiar with the
wow.
term Berry compliant.
The
So,
Berry
all the
Amendment, right?
materials, yeah, everything we make is made with products that are made in the USA.
Okay.
So, the biggest, um, let's say, the biggest benefit to our compression is our fabric. So the fabric, if you've ever had surgery or you've ever traveled, you wear compression socks, which promotes blood flow and
Mhm.
prevents blood clotting. So as an athlete or someone that trains or any sport that you do, the more you can contain your muscles and the more blood flow you can get, the less sore you're going to be. So our fabric actually stretches like a compression sock would. It gives you a 360-degree stretch. So it stretches in all different ways versus a typical cotton shirt or say a dry fit shirt stretches 2 ways. After you wash it like 20 times, it starts to stretch out. Our compression fabric, it lasts like, the logos will wear off before the compression
Yeah.
gives out. I mean, I've had product for 10 plus years that still has the same power. So it's a
Wow.
muscle containment, and then it's a graduated construction, so it's gonna have more, compression, let's say, on your artery, so it's gonna pump blood to your heart and flush it back down. So you're gonna get the
Oh,
increased blood
wow.
flow, muscle containment, which, relates to speeding up recovery and reduce muscle soreness, injury prevention, and then we do all different body parts, so we do tights and shorts and, short sleeve shirts, long sleeve shirts, all different kinds of products. That's the basic, but this is, literally, it's educating because people just don't understand. Most
Right.
people don't
Yeah.
understand the benefits of it, which is why you'll see, like, if you ever see a marathon or an Ironman or a triathlon, typically they're wearing compression socks or calf sleeves or shorts. That's usually, like, the early adopters, and it's starting to translate now to the general population.
Yeah.
It's true because, the casual golfers at the clubhouse that I know, right, they're gonna say, "Why are you wearing spandex?" You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
I mean, the benefits are not well understood, and that I think that's definitely part of the challenge.
Well,
Well, and with golf, it translates so well because you're twisting and torquing your body so much with your golf swing. And we get testimonials, and one of the reasons why we decided to go into golf, the market really we're going into is golf, pickleball, tennis.
yeah.
Okay.
It fits our consumer, and but specifically golf, we get a ton of people, that have given us great testimonials saying that we've improved their golf swing. We've gotten them back on the golf course because their back has been so sore that they can't literally
Yep.
swing golf club. They've worn
Yep.
our compression shirt on their back swinging, and it also speeds up the recovery process. So it's not something you would wear without a polo shirt over it or a collared shirt
Sure,
over
yeah,
it. So
yeah,
it's something, yeah,
yeah,
you could wear like against your skin underneath your golf attire.
yeah.
I'm laughing because you sent us a sample of one of the compression shirts, and I first of all I love it because it's UV protected, right? So I don't have to put on
Yep.
sunscreen. It's the thing that drives me the most crazy I'm in Southern California. It's hot most of the year, and sweat dripping onto my hands drives me insane. So or sunscreen dripping onto my hands. So but when I put the shirt on, I really had a moment where I was like, I may not be able to get this on because
It's like a wetsuit.
it's so compression. And then when I put it on, my wife walked in
Yeah.
and said, "You bought a girdle," and she was kind of kidding, but I was like, "I look incredible." I mean, it really
Yeah, it's funny.
tightens everything up. And
Yeah.
but when I played with my buddy, he said the same thing. He was like, "You you look tighter," and I was like, "It's the shirt. It's this shirt's incredible." And I gotta say, I mean, I didn't play particularly well. I'm not gonna blame your shirt, I promise. Um, but I felt so good the whole round, and
Yeah,
afterwards,
yeah.
really, it was very eye opening because it's the first time. I mean, I have some sleeve protector things that are just UV based, right? So
Sure.
there's no compression in there at all, and it was a very very different experience. So it was a very eye opening thing for me as somebody who has zero experience with compression wear at all, and also then in getting ready for this, realizing I should absolutely be wearing compression wear because I have shin splints that happen almost every time I golf because I tend to walk and I get about 13 or 14 holes in and my legs start to cramp. And there are times where I've had to stop, which is, I mean, the worst, if it's that bad that you can't walk. But yeah, I mean, the amount of things that you offer is very eye opening for somebody who didn't even really know that compression wear was a thing, let alone the benefits of it. So,
Yeah, and
um,
everything you said is exactly what it does, and especially with golf, that repeated torsion on your body, and that movement just wears your muscles down,
yeah,
Yeah.
and, if you're swinging for me, I'm swinging a golf club 95 to 110 times on a golf course. I'm shooting in,
right, yeah,
high 90s, but it's like this definitely it's engineered to reduce that trauma on your body,
yeah.
um, and make you feel better the next day so that you can get up and do it again.
It's it's pretty remarkable. Can I ask you a question? In a perfect
Definitely.
world,
Yep.
what would somebody wear? Like, would it be an entire outfit of compression wear? Would it be
No,
like,
it is.
leg
Typically, like, for
shirt.
a golfer yeah, for a golfer, I think a shirt and probably compression socks, which
Okay.
would help,
Mhm.
that kinda wear and tear that you're feeling on the 13th and 14th hole, and my guess is most golfers on the PGA Tour are wearing some type of compression socks when they're playing,
Interesting.
and you
Okay.
just don't see it, yeah. It's makes a huge difference.
I mean, walking 18 4 times a week is a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
and, it's even if you didn't wanna wear it while you're playing, it's when you're on the range and you are hitting, 2 or 3 buckets of balls, and it will definitely help that recovery process, and we've
yeah,
trademarked the term active recovery, so the recovery process can start while you're training and
Mm.
while you're active.
that's
Um,
awesome. That's
so
awesome.
Wow.
In fact, I went to the range and I didn't even think about wearing it to the range, but actually that
yeah,
makes a ton of sense. Yeah, because I'm hitting way more balls at the range than I am on the course. So
yes.
Well,
cool.
Jeff, I gotta ask you, Matt referenced some samples that you sent us. That eh we're both kinda cynics by nature, right? Well, I'm more cynical than Matt. But when
For
you
sure.
sent
Yeah.
us sleepwear, I gotta tell you, like, I would never accuse anyone of, how do I say this politely? It's hard for
Well,
me to believe that, like, a piece of a particular fabric is going to help me sleep more so
so
than your standard cotton T-shirt.
yeah,
Matt
I
in
have it here,
particular,
and
Matt, take it, yeah, go ahead.
it feels like a cotton so I think this is where my confusion lied because or
Sure.
lay. Uh, I it's incredibly soft, and I put it on, and I was like, okay, it's a really nice sleep T-shirt. Like I guess, and Jeff, I'm not kidding. I had the best night's sleep of my life, and I woke up the next morning. I hadn't moved. I was in exactly the same position I was when I went to bed, and I got out of bed like dun da da da, and then started to laugh, and I was like, okay, but that's just one night. Let me see. And I have alternated not wearing it and wearing it, and there is an unbelievable difference, and I cannot for the life of me understand
Right.
what witchcraft goes into this. And in fact, I think I mentioned to somebody like, "Do you have a shaman on board that's just like hitting
Yeah,
it with sage or something?" Because I
that's
can't
funny.
comprehend how, but
It's
it's unbelievable.
it's it's the bald eagle tears that you mix in with the fabric, right? That's
Yes,
gotta be it.
exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Can you talk about
and
Yeah.
how that works or why?
spill the
So
trade
we
secret, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you don't have to give away anything, but
No, we could definitely do it. So we have a partnership with a company called Celliant. Celliant, I discovered them about 5 years ago. They specialize in infrared. So they have an infrared technology, or it's called infrared yarn, that they were using in mattresses and bed sheets. So we have been we were challenged at the time by the military. There's a massive sleep problem. They're sleeping periodic times, an hour at a time,
yeah.
half hour at a time, up for 24 hours and sleep deprived. So we had been searching for a solution to this, and what infrared and red light therapy does for your body. Um, we were trying to find a solution that you could sleep in infrared. So we found this partnership with Celliant. It's so infrared it's infrared yarn, so it's actually woven into the fabric. So
That's incredible.
it's not sprayed on, it lasts a lifetime. So 50% of that shirt is Celliant polyester and 50% is cotton. So it wears just like a t-shirt. In order to
Wow.
get better sleep, you wanna regulate excuse me, you wanna regulate your body temperature. So the
Mhm.
more you can regulate your body temperature, the better sleep you're gonna get. That's honestly the secret. And
Okay.
so what this does is it regulates your body temperature. And they've actually done Celliant has done 9 peer-reviewed studies at universities around the world. They all come back showing the different benefits of Celliant/infrared. And it's crazy because you can wear it. You're not gonna fall asleep wearing the shirt, but you could wear it all day.
Yeah.
And we've been developing literally for the last since day 1 for 5 years, Celliant compression. So we're gonna be launching it at the end of this year,
Oh, wow.
all the benefits of our compression with infrared, built into the compression. So
That
it'll
is
regulate
so
your body
cool.
temperature, it'll give you all the different benefits, and there are, more than just regulating body temperature,
Yeah.
with infrared, but we say it's the absolute easiest way to recovery, and so we call it a cooling recovery sleepwear is what we call it,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's been amazing for us. we sell it on our website just to the general consumer, and it's probably one of our top selling categories that we have on our site.
Jeff,
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
an episode maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago. We had Chris Finn. I don't know if you know the name. He's a uh, well-known fitness trainer in the golf space, and we were talking about different recovery modalities, right? And everyone's
Mhm.
cold plunging or using like red light mats, and and we asked him, so hey, what do you think works? And he's like, just sleep better.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So I
So you
mean,
can if you guys I don't do you me did you when you say you've tested it, if you actually measure, like, if you have a Whoop or
I
an
Yeah,
did.
Aura
my
Ring,
I have a
you
I
can
have an I
test
just
it
an
and
Apple Watch, yeah.
yeah, you should be able to see that your deep sleep or your REM sleep has improved, and
Yeah.
when we do sell it in, we say that the technology tells you how you're sleeping or tells you how you're recovering, where Defend can actually help you recover and help you sleep better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So the watches are great. I've got my Apple Watch on, but it doesn't help you sleep, where
Right.
our product will actually help you sleep
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
and
get
to
a
your
I
point,
without having to take anything. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
to your point, when I checked my sleep scores, and on the nights that I wore the Defend sleepwear, my total score, my total duration was the same, but I was in deep sleep for longer in when I wore Defend sleepwear every time, and
Yeah.
I wore it about 6 times since you sent it. I mean, it works,
Yeah, it's
and I want to be
usually on
clear
an
to our
average of,
listeners,
like
there's no affiliate codes here,
yeah,
there's nothing
no,
going on. I mean,
but it is
it
but
just it works.
I think that's the part that was the most, like, head scratching because I understand the idea of the compression, and I can feel that when I put it on.
yep,
And it helped my round, I felt better, I had more energy, but this just felt like a t-shirt, and it just felt like magic, like, it felt like, "Oh, come on, I must be extra tired tonight because I
Right.
probably whatever." But it's so consistent, and even when I get,
It's not a
like, 6
placebo.
hours even when I get 6
yep,
hours, it's like, you didn't sleep enough, like, that's my little sleep score, is you didn't get enough sleep, but you're fully recovered. And
that's great.
it's almost like it's confused, like, "I don't really know how you did that, but good job." And,
Yeah, thanks,
yeah, it's really
thanks.
remarkable. So,
It's good, yeah.
yeah,
We have a
that was the
new, yeah, there's a new version of it coming out this holiday as well, with some new
Oof.
colors, and so, yeah, we're
like
really expanding on that category.
rubber duckies on it or something, just
Yeah,
something that
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly, right.
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I'm gonna have to invest in more of this stuff because I mean, it really does work. So Jeff, let me ask you then. So, say a new middle-aged golfer hears this podcast and like, I'm sold. What would you recommend is like, so first of all, where do they
yes.
find you? And then two, what would you recommend as far as the initial shopping cart for wading into, improving their performance, recovering, et cetera?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, you can find it at DFNDusa.com. I mean, for the sleepwear, for me, I sleep in a short sleeve sleepwear shirt and shorts. So the shorts are comfortable. They're like pocketed, loose fitting short. So that's the easiest way. You could sleep in, we have long johns as well or tights. And I have a friend of mine that sweats like crazy. And I'm like, I know you sweat like crazy, but wear the long johns and wear the shirt. And he was panicking. He was going to sweat all night and he wore them. He said he had the best sleep ever and stopped sweating. So the more
Wow.
body coverage you can get, the better. But personally, I just like sleeping in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yep.
So for the sleepwear, I would start off with that. On the compression side, I live in our compression shorts.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
the
great.
absolute number one item we have on our website is the compression shorts. I mean, you can wear them all day, but for training, running, any type of training, compression shorts are the best. Our compression shirt is number 2, which we've been talking about.
Yep.
For me, my quads and hips are always sore, which is why I like to wear the compression shorts. The compression shirt for especially the golf market, I think is a no-brainer. And
Yeah.
even if it's for the training, like we talked about for the range, um, and just really that avoiding key injuries and recovery is that compression shirt. And then I would do the compression socks as well.
Okay.
So we've got them in a crew length, so you could wear we've got ankle socks, crew socks, and then over the calf is like the ultimate sock. If you're wearing pants, you'd want to wear those.
Yep.
Um, but those will help you get through the 18 holes, especially if you're walking. And then, we have all different body parts. So if you've got a sore elbow, we have arm sleeves. If you've
Yep.
got sore ankle or Achilles issue, we've got ankle sleeves that work for that. We have knee sleeves, calf
Great.
sleeves, so literally every part. But those basic ones that I said is where I would for sure start.
Yeah,
That's
you
cool.
you sent me an elbow sleeve, and I've been fighting tendonitis, and it's been better. It,
Nice.
it's
Oh,
very
that's
helpful.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, men's, women's,
We
is
do
it
them both.
you do both?
Yeah,
Okay, great. Because my wife
yeah,
had an
men's and
ACL
women's.
tear years ago, and her knee every once in a while gets wonky. And I mean, obviously, a knee sleeve is not necessarily male or female, but that's great.
Yeah.
I still can't get over. I mean, it's to the point where like I'm excited to put it on at night. Can I ask you just a question about the compression
Of
shorts? So the
course.
compression shorts, in the same way, they're designed to go underneath a regular pair of shorts. Is that correct? Or
Yes.
are
I
they
mean,
built
yeah,
into?
yeah.
Are they
No,
like they're? Okay,
we have compression shorts. I mean, we do run shorts and we do hoodies and tactical gear and other things, but the
sure.
compression shorts are made to just wear pants over it, golf shorts over it, run shorts over it, or whatever you train in. We do them in a couple different lengths. So if you want them to stick out a little bit or you just want them to not be seen at all,
Okay,
and then we offer it in different colors as well. But
amazing.
it's a staple to the point where when you don't wear them, you literally feel naked. Your workout's not the same, but once you try those compression shorts on, it's in for being in the military, they issue kits,
Yep.
to different, within the units, and so those items are issued and are always a staple in the kits that are issued out.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah,
So one
That's
more time
awesome.
is dfndusa.com, correct?
that's it, yeah.
Okay. And you
Yep.
guys are also on Instagram,
Amazing.
correct? I've seen you on
Yeah,
social media.
at Defend USA, yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
Jeff, thanks so much for joining us, man. We really
You
appreciate
guys
your
are the
time.
best.
This was
Absolutely.
awesome.
Thanks,
And
everyone.
I
you,
appreciate it.
yeah, I'm gonna buy like 18 more of those sleep shirts, so I don't have
If,
to.
we're friends, hit me up and I'll get you whatever
I
you want.
I haven't. The sad thing is, I haven't even washed them because I was nervous that I was going to wash away the magic, and I was like,
No, yeah.
I know that doesn't make any sense, but they're so good that I don't want to jinx it
Well,
until
Yeah,
Jeff,
I'll
I'm
tell
not
you what we
gonna.
can do
actually
too
ask.
is if you guys have, your listeners or whatever, we could do some giveaways if you're interested, whether it's on your
Oh,
social
for
media
sure.
site or
Oh my god.
however,
Yeah,
yeah, let's do some packages for some of your listeners
definitely.
and
Yeah,
followers.
We'll
it's
definitely reach out. Yeah, we'll figure that
fantastic.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
amazing.
lie to you too. You mentioned you were betting that a lot of tour pros are wearing compression socks. I got on your website. I'm shopping for socks as we're talking. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. All
Well,
right.
then I
Love it.
couldn't
Thanks for
wait.
Jeff. Thanks again. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're out of here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey,
Alright.
Jeff.
Thank you so much.
Well, folks, that was Jeff Herdman with Defend. Again, Defend USA, DFNDUSA.com. I don't know how you listen to that, and you have to at least be curious about checking this stuff out because, I mean, performance benefits, sleep benefits. And I tell you, again, Matt, I know you agree, we were skeptics. We're not skeptics anymore.
It's at the point where I can't wait to put on the sleep. It's a t-shirt and shorts. It doesn't look like anything. It just looks like t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
It feels like you could wear it to go play basketball. And I'm a little speechless as to why it works, how it works. All I know is that it works. And so hearing him talk about the infrared, which I've been hearing for years that the benefits of infrared and you should do this and this infrared sauna and all that good stuff. But the idea that they're just, we're just going to put it in a shirt. You're going to wear it. You're not going to necessarily know how it works. It's just going to work. But it is for real. My sleep scores are better when I wear it. And I wake up more refreshed when I wear it. And when I don't, there are times where I just forget to put it on. And I wake up and I'm like, that was stupid. That feels like a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
So, I'm a huge fan of their lineup. I immediately am looking at the compression shorts. My hips have been killing me lately. I probably need some compression shorts. I'm gonna be fully compressed.
Well, and again, I know, and I said it when we had Jeff on there, folks, I promise you, there's no affiliation going on here. There's no discount codes. There's no kickbacks. This is just a case of a product that we got to try, and we wanted to bring them to you because, I mean, the stuff works. And again, it's a great company, a great background. Get to their website, check it out. You really ought to try these products because they work and they will help you play better, perform better, sleep better, recover better, be better. Thanks for listening. We'll see you the next time.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you soon.